quite unfortunate that, I mean, sometimes we underestimate competition in Ghana. Every contest, no matter how it is, I think NPP wouldn't have spent so much resources and time in Kumawu. I mean, in recent times, what we have seen with the infrastructure and things. I mean, overnight, you wake up in the morning and then you see a route, and it's like, when did this happen? They say when you were asleep. Because, I mean, what we know was that it was only the thief who came at night. But NPP has taught us that, I mean, they are real thieves.
Isn't it interesting? I have said, and I've said time with that number, that then if this is the case, it means that we should have a lot of by-elections so that every part of the country will see this fast-paced development.
So people should die.
No, I'm not saying they should die. Not exactly die. Some can resign, and we are not paying for any people.
It is a very bad development. You see, every time, one of the arguments I've made is that our democracy must grow. And if we know, I mean, as politicians, if we know we can develop our country, we don't have to wait for this. I mean, sometimes we underestimate some of these development. There was something that was happening in the MPP where when somebody passed on, then the wife became an automatic successor of the person. And so some academics said that we need to watch that development, because by the time you realize, women have started to poison their husbands so that they can take over from them, especially when they are in politics or in governance. And I think it is that same development that MPP is making, what do we call it, another stage of that, where now if you want to see development, then it means that there need to be a by-election in your constituency. And now by-elections can happen in two ways. One of them is when the MP resigns. And I mean, it's going to be a challenge in Ghana today to find an MP resigning. Because of course, when they resign, what jobs are they coming to do? Because the government is not creating one.
Do we even have it in our history?
Now, yes, it's rare. And also, you could also, another situation that could happen is when an MP pass on. So now, one of the conversations that have been happening on social media is that, should we kill our MP before we see development? And these are some conversations that we are inviting into our politics. And I mean, I can appreciate, because I mean, ever since President Kumawu came, a lot of tried and tested precedents or principles, we have changed a number of them. One of them has to do with the principle that when we learned in economics, that when you keep, the safest place to keep your money was to save it with the government. Today, if government is issuing bonds, I don't think you and I will be interested in going to buy some, because we can't trust it, because there's going to be haircut. And also, so you realize that a number of tried and tested precedents has actually changed under President Kufuor. And I am from some academic background, I'm very worried about this development, where now for you to see development in your constituency or in your region, it means that there need to be a by-election. We need to be very careful with this.
That's dangerous. And is that not disrespectful to the electorate, Philip? That it's when we need you that we can help you. After that, we can neglect you, because these roads have been there. We don't know. I don't know the state of it before, whether deplorable or it was just.
If it was good, they wouldn't be constructed.
But is this not disrespectful to the people?
Then is the road in question we are talking about actually was even initiated. The processes began in 2017. It wasn't
so
just.
Why now?
No, why now? I'm saying that the processes began in 2017.
But we never saw.
I'm just telling you that the processes began in 2017. So if now it's actually being done. In fact, it's not that it's just now beginning. They started something, and they have just decided to complete it, and that's what's wrong with that. At least but I agree with you. I agree with the point.
No, the timing itself.
Oh no, the point is that, of course, there are demands. Problems the constituency was facing, and the people in charge felt that, look, if we could do something about it, and they have done something. It wasn't like, or it's not like it's a new project. It's not like something that had never been thought of. It's a project that had begun. Processes had started. I mean, that's the problem. So I don't see where we are actually, fighting over this. It's not like something that just happened and then suddenly they started working.
But Philip, look, they wake up.
Oh no, those are please, those are exaggerations. They started this project, not even every. So are you saying that we don't?
Are you saying that construction started in 2017?
So are you saying that because construction is being done in the night? It means
why that quick?
So what is wrong with it if it is quick? Let's find out.
Proud to the by-election. Is that not the motive?
So what is the issue?
To buy them
so
because
is it the fact that it will go against a certain political party? We shouldn't do it, because if we do it, or maybe by the thinking of the people who are against what is happening, they feel that if this thing had been done, it wouldn't go to their advantage.
Philip, I'll come back to you, but let me go to the phone now. And now we are crossing to Kumawu. I told you we are live in Kumawu.